because of my whole like little mental breakdown tear cry thing that happened a couple days ago, kind of got me thinking, because I was sort of in, because of like my breakup and like the fact I don't have friends. I don't really have a lot of friends at all, especially not like people that like live around me or near me or anything. So I kind of came to this like mindset of the quote, it's if you don't love me at my best, you don't deserve me at my worst. No, that's not it. If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Something like that. Y'all know the quote. Anyway, basically I kind of got thinking about that, but I don't know if I agree with that quote, because I think we as humans need to evaluate ourselves and decide, are we at our best or are we at our worst, and what is our worst, and is our worst worth fixing or worth working on, or do we just want to accept that that's our worst and that's who we are and there's no up from there? Because I think especially women, I don't want to say especially women, but I find women are the ones that more or less follow this quote, because we're all like, oh, well, if you don't love us at our worst, you don't deserve us at our best. And like, we're so good, we're so worthy. Which, yes, of course we are. Of course we're good, of course we're worthy. But we need to evaluate as humans, gender, not like all genders included, is that we need to be like, hey, is our depression, or is it our anxiety, or is our anger, or is our insecurities holding us back from what we could be? Are we not thriving because we're living in fear or in misery or something? You know, there's another quote, Sarah Hawkinson has mentioned it in her videos, Possessed by Horror, and it's something along the lines, I'm gonna misquote it, something along the lines of, I don't want to live in misery in anticipation of misery, or I don't want to make myself miserable in anticipation of misery. Basically meaning like, we sit here in our moment, we're not living in the moment because we're so scared of what might happen next. We're so anxious or depressed about like what might come next, or we don't know what's going to happen. So I think we all need to kind of evaluate ourselves as humans and realize, what do we need to work on? Because I have now signed up for online therapy. I haven't been assigned a therapist yet, but I'm really looking forward to it, because I realize I've come to the conclusion that not only do I need therapy, but I think therapy is just a beneficial thing for anyone. We all have things that we need to work on. We all have things that we need to, fix. Not necessarily fix, but, work on. So anyway, it just kind of was this mindset of this, I just had this like epiphany, I guess, that I can change and I can be better and I should be better. I deserve to be better. Those around me deserve me to be better. Not only for myself and for them, for everyone. My pets deserve me to be better. My parents deserve me to be better. I deserve me to be better. And that's just a weird thought. I've lived, since I was about 11 years old, I had severe depression and severe anxiety. Maybe even going back younger than that, but like my depression really started around when I was 11 years old. And I'm 25 now, and I'm still living in fear because of my anxiety and my depression and whatever else I might have that's undiagnosed. A lot of this, I've now recently been diagnosed with, currently getting through diagnosis for hypothyroidism. I have hidradenitis suppurativa, which is a skin condition. I always say it wrong. If you have it, that's probably not the correct pronunciation. Anxiety, depression, insomnia. Also like hypothyroidism has so many symptoms that come with that are just draining and exhaustion. So I just kind of came to this conclusion that, yeah, I'm a fucking mess. I am an absolute fucking mess, and I'm having an absolute fucking bad time. But I'm fucking awesome, and I deserve better, and I deserve to be my best. So I'm going to work towards being my best. So that means I have to take medication or go to therapy or change jobs or whatever the fuck I have to do. Go back to school, not go back to school, whatever the fuck I got to do. I'm going to do that for me because I deserve better for me. And those around me deserve me to be better. We should always work to be our best. We should always work to be changing and thriving. And we're always going to be changing, so we always need to make sure we are at our best as we change. I don't really know. I'm just going on a weird little rant because I just had this moment of like, no, you shouldn't deserve me at my worst. My worst shouldn't be bad. My worst shouldn't be something that's like, well, if you don't deserve me at my worst, Anyway, I don't know where I was going with this. That's all. Just a little mini rant thing. I don't know if anything I just made sense.